What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Adventures in the South channel. And today we're going to take you on a tour of our homemade, custom-built, DIY square drop camper. It's built on a Harbor Freight 5x10 Hallmaster trailer. We'll start our tour here with our awning, and this is an 8x10, I believe. Got this off of Amazon. Really love this awning. Less than 200 bucks. And this side of the camper has our door, and we also have a toolbox here that we mounted. Very spacious, got a lot of room in it. Not really full right now, but everything you see pretty much came from Amazon or Home Depot. This is a Harbor Freight trailer. Just one window, but our door also works as a window as well. We have a kitchen area in the back. We'll open it up. I have two-tone paint, yes, because I ordered 2 different gallons of paint from Tough Coat, and they didn't match completely, so I do have to repaint my camper. Kitchen area is a work in progress. We're not finished with it yet, but we do have all the electrical wiring done. We got to redo our platform for our fridge. Our tracks weren't deep enough, or didn't extend enough, so we have to get some overextending tracks to put our platform on. Here's our breaker box, and we have 30 amp service. We plan to add one more breaker in there. Also our 12 volt fuse block and cutoff. We do have a battery and a battery charger there. And this is a 12 volt and 110 volt fridge. Pretty nice. Got this off of Amazon as well. It works as a freezer. You can adjust the temperature. It's been really nice to have. We put us a USB back here that we haven't really used. Wish I would have put it somewhere else. Maybe bought an outdoor one, but maybe later we'll add one in. We're going to paint all of this area back here eventually. Things didn't turn out exactly the way we had planned. And we haven't decided exactly how we're going to finalize the area, but we do know that the fridge is going to go where it's at down here. We also have a little 2-slice toaster, which comes in handy. Trying to go totally electric with everything, and plan to use this top. Initially, we were going to put our microwave here, but just didn't work out for us because we didn't get really good measurements before we built it. So the microwave ended up down here. This top area is eventually going to become all storage. I'm probably either going to close it in or put some kind of net across the front of it. I think I like the net idea after it's all painted. I may just put a net and store pots and pans, silverware, and plates and that kind of stuff. And then maybe use this area over here to store, like, unrefrigerated grocery items. So far, I'm planning to leave this open. I'm going to have to put a vent in the top of this, though, because it gets hot from the fridge running and also the battery charger. And it seals up really good. It has a pretty decent seal on it. So when I close the door, I have to be mindful of that. Since we've been camping, I've had to keep it kind of cracked open to let the heat out. But we're going to put a rooftop vent somewhere up in this area here later on. That's our kitchen area. We do have a outlet right there. We also have an outlet back here behind the battery where our battery charger is plugged in. And moving around, close this up. One smart thing we did was put this rain deflector on, and this thing works amazing. I can have the door cracked open like that, and it pour down rain, and it deflects the rain off. So that worked out really nice. Have a outdoor ground fault outlet here, and I wasn't planning to use this area to cook in, but with the awning and not having awning back here, later I may put an additional awning on the rear, like this one that goes this way, and build out something that will fold down that I can put my stove on. And initially that's what I had planned, but it kind of ended up being me bringing my little table This is a fish cleaning table, by the way. Ended up me bringing that. And, you know, I use it to cook on. I do use this outlet, and I wasn't intending to use this to cook with, but it's ended up being that since we got here. Got two really great LED lights. These things are so bright. I almost regret doing two because it is so bright. It's unbelievably bright. I could have got by with just one of those, but I don't have to worry about lights. This is the only exterior lights. I do have a TV mount right there, and I have a mount just like that one on the inside, so I can move my TV from inside to outside and plug the TV in right here. We watched some movies last night out here. It was awesome, a lot of fun, and we really, really enjoyed that. I do like this mat that we got. It is really great if you have a camper or are going to build your own camper. Definitely get one of these. It saves the dirt from going in the camper. We take our shoes off. We walk on this barefoot. If it gets dirty, we just take the water hose and hose it off. So that's nice. So enough of that. Let's go talk about the inside, the important part. So, of course, our door is here. This was a good addition. This grab handle. You really need it getting in and out. We also installed a latch for our door, although we haven't been able to use it because we had this table in the way. Well, let's take a look at the inside of the camper. So currently we have the camper set up to sit in. This sofa converts into a full bed, big enough for two people. Have an outlet above on the right corner up here. Our TV plugs into. We're currently running our AC off that same outlet because we don't have our front outlets wired yet. Got two 12-volt map lights over here that have USBs on them. And then we have our window, of course, that you saw on the other side. And some curtains. We kind of did overkill with the curtains. We probably could have went simpler with that, but we decided to put curtains up. Got some tiebacks on them. We do have some storage pockets here, little stretchy ones. I got one over here. Probably gonna have to redo those because they are super saggy after being used for a few days. Our light switch, our exterior lights, and our interior lights. And another storage pocket. Here's our AC unit. It will freeze you to death. And yes, it has set at 68 because it's so hot today. And we're wanting to be able to come in and get out of the heat. Also have a USB over here, which has been really nice. That was smart putting that there because I'm always charging stuff over here. Camera equipment, my little speaker. I got some hooks to hang keys and our little lights, our headlights, and another curtain, of course, around the door because the door is pretty much a big window. And it opens so we can have some ventilation. We've had a couple of nights where it was pleasant. We opened up the window and the door and had the screen and ran the vent fan up here that's in the ceiling. That's a 12 volt. It's got a fan that reverses and it cranks right open. We haven't wired in these the receptacles that are going to go inside the cabinets that are going to be mounted on both sides of the AC. That's where I'll store all of my bedding at when I'm done with those. I'm planning to build one on both sides, and each side will have an electrical outlet inside of it. But that's pretty much the entire camper. I do have some finishing work I got to do. I'm not completely done. We are going to be doing molding and trim. Got to do molding all the way around. I did finish my trim around the AC. That's totally done. So that's pretty much the inside. I got to build my cabinets in the front. I got some work in the kitchen area to do still yet. And put all my molding and trim in. I am going to repaint the outside of the camper because it's not matching. But let's take another look at the outside. So one reason I'm going to have to paint this camper again is because of the mix matched paint. I bought Tough Coat for the walls on the outside, on the sides, except for the bottom. The bottom is just black bedliner paint. But this Tough Coat paint did not match, and it's the exact same paint code color, but for some reason it didn't match. So I do have, so this was the second can. I had already painted all of this, and I'm gonna try, I got about a half gallon. I'm gonna try to stretch it and try to repaint the rest of all of this, both sides, around the back here, and the front. Everything on the roof is totally done, except for me putting in a vent. I bought a roof vent that I'm planning to put back here to vent out the kitchen area. I didn't plan on it being that hot back there, but it is. I'm not sure if I really want to use that vent or if I'm going to go through the wall here. There's nothing electrical on this side. I could go through the wall and put some kind of like horseshoe type shaped vent that they put on like cargo trailers and stuff like that. Not planning to do a whole lot with this side of the camper, except for in this area right here, I have the material, I have a mount, and I have a spare tire. I'm going to use the Unistrut, and I'm going to mount it right in this area. I'm going to put it right there, and the tire will sit up just kind of right in there. And my spare tire actually is in the back of my truck over there. I did bring one, but I just didn't have time to mount it. So we're planning to mount our spare there, and that'll take up some of the space here. And we're going to do a graphic for our YouTube channel right in this area. This big blank spot is going to get a graphic showing our handle and our website address and all that. Now you may be wondering what happened with my AC hood. Well, I knew I was going to have to ventilate this thing, and I wanted to see how it did without any holes. And obviously it didn't do very good. It was very hot. So it would get hot, it would shut down the compressor, the fan would run, and it was just not good. It was miserable. So I just started punching holes. I punched a couple holes on this side, I punched a couple holes on the other side, and I ended up punching holes on the front. And now it works perfect. But I got to close these holes up. And the plan is when I get home, I'm going to take my jigsaw and I'll scribe out my openings, and I'm going to put a vent on this side, on the other side, and a vent on the front, like a louvered vent. And I'll match all the other hardware. I'll put black ones on it. It'll look good. I really didn't want to put anything on the front, but I had to. There is a lot of clearance if you look underneath around the AC, a ton. And I thought it was going to be enough without too much ventilation, but it just isn't. It was holding in the heat. I did punch a hole up on top too. I'm going to put that same type of vent that I was talking about putting in the back right here, so that any heat that builds up in the box can just go out the top. It'll be a smaller hole, maybe 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches, and the fixture is about 5.5, 6 inches in diameter. It's going to go up there. It's like a mushroom rooftop vent. There isn't a whole lot of other things I plan to do. Now, this did get painted with the back door at the same time, and you can tell it's darker than this paint. I won't have to paint this again, fortunately, but all of this will have to get painted. I'm gonna have to pull my toolbox off, which really sucks, and I'm probably gonna tape up all this stuff because I'm not pulling it off, but I'll have to repaint all this on the side. I siliconed every single screw hole, and I don't want to pull off anything if I don't have to. I really don't want to pull off the toolbox. I may just kind of paint around it, because even that I siliconed the U-bolts so that nothing would leak. For some strange reason, my black paint around the bottom here, it was perfect, it looked great until after I painted up here, but I didn't get splatter everywhere. I'm not even sure what or where all that came from, all the white. I guess that must have been splatter when I was painting the walls, but I was being extra cautious about it. I went back and there was a lot of dust from sanding, and I went back and used a scrub brush and it took off a lot of it. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I do have some extra bedliner paint. I may just take a brush and kind of go over it and touch it up and get it looking nice again. But that is a quick look at the camper. Let's back up so you can see it. Very happy with how it turned out. It was way, way, way more work than I had planned. You know, it's a work in progress. I got to finish up my AC hood here. I got my cabinets inside in the front to do and finish my wiring there. I got my kitchen area that I got to do a little bit of work in. I got all this painting I got to redo, but it was worth it. We really enjoyed staying in this thing. I made some mistakes, but I learned a lot from it, and I thought out a lot of things, and without any plans and just building this without plans on the fly, I'm surprised it turned out as good as it did, to be honest. It turned out really well, but thanks to a lot of people, and I wish I could name all the channels because I can't even begin to think about all the channels I watched of camper builds like this that I got inspiration and ideas from, but that is the only way I was able to do this and come up with the confidence and the ambition to do it. I will not lie, this was many, many, many hundreds of hours of work. 10 months straight, I worked full time, pretty much my days off, 6 to 8 hours a day on my days off, 1 to 2 hours every day, either before or after work for 10 months. That's mostly what I did for the last 10 months. So if I had to go back and do it again, I might not would have built this because I didn't realize how much work it was going to be. But once you start it, once you get to a certain point, you can't turn back. I don't regret it, but I wish I would have thought about how much time it was going to take. But it was worth it. In the end, it was worth it. So if you're going to build your own, just take your time. Don't think you're going to do it in 4 or 5 months because trust me, unless you're retired and you don't work at all and you can dedicate, 7 days a week, 24 hours or 8 to 10 hours a day, not 24 hours. I don't know anybody who would work 24 hours on something like this, but 6 to 10 hours a day, you might be able to do it in three or 4 months. But it was a lot of work. And, I did plan a lot of stuff, but I didn't really plan enough. But it worked out. It turned out nice. And I hope you enjoyed this tour. And I hope if you're planning to build yours, this gave you some inspiration and gave you some ideas on what you'll do with yours. And maybe you can learn from my mistakes. I am very far behind on the construction videos. I think I've only posted 5 episodes. I'm working on episode 6 now. I got a total of 15 episodes. And that's my first few videos were so long. I do apologize for that. I wasn't used to doing that kind of editing and trying to make the most out of the video. I want to show you every step, but I don't want to show you everything. So it was a fine balancing act there. I've gotten better at that. My last video was much better. The one I'm working on now, it covers a lot of the construction, but it's not as long. I've broken up my future videos, episode number 7 through 15. I actually went back in and started splitting them up a little more. So I believe there's going to be an episode 16 because there's more going on with this. And there'll probably be some more after that, but smaller and shorter videos, like little updates on, hey, I did this. But it's looking like there's going to be a total of 16 episodes of this camper build. So we got 5 posted, I believe. There's going to be a whole nother 11 episodes of this build from start to finish. And it's going to take me a lot of time to get all of them up, but I'm working on it. I do have another YouTube channel, and it takes a lot of my time as well. If you're into travel and cruising, it's called Cruising Addicts, at Cruising Addicts on YouTube. Check it out. I spend a lot of time with that channel. This channel's kind of my side project, but it's become, in the last 10 months, my main project with the build. But now that the camper's pretty much done, it's going to go in the garage. I'm going to tweak it here and there, work on it a little bit here and there, spend a couple hours each week, not a whole lot at a time. I'm going to work on editing videos so I can get them out. But I want to start taking it on trips. We just came to a state park close to home. We're at Little PD State Park. We really enjoyed it. I'll show you some of it before we go in the background. Beautiful lake here, located in Mullins, South Carolina. So if you live in the Carolinas, check this state park out. It's a beautiful state park. We're going to do a guide to the state park, kind of like a review and guide of it, and we'll post that video for you also. So just look in our state park videos, or our park guide videos playlist, and you'll find it there. It's going to take a little bit of time before we can get it posted, but we want to work on camper stuff and try to get caught up there. We're so far behind that it's crazy. I am going to get this video edited very quickly and post it, so you'll probably see this video before you see anything else. But just be on the lookout. We're going to be posting a lot of episodes of building this thing, and I'm excited to show you all the work that I did to make this come to life. But I hope you enjoyed this tour, and if you did, hit that thumbs up button liking it. Check out our website, adventuresinthesouth.com. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you get all the episodes of us building this thing, every single step in the process that we went through. It was so much. But if you're building your own, you want to see that. Once I'm done, I am going to make a one video of all of the 16 episodes condensed into one camper build video. And it's going to jump around, and it's going to be very abbreviated compared to the videos that I'm posting of the detailed build. And I'll try to keep it an hour. It may go a little over that, but that'll be at the very end. Once I'm done getting all the episodes, I'll do a shorter version so everyone can see how it came together and how the build went. But we do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and have more fun camping.